We are a little over halfway through the year now, and we've done some really interesting things, at least I think so, during this 1 or 2 minute nature clip at the start of every week's midweek devotion. We have gone looking for petroglyphs in Michigan. We have taken a couple of rock crawling trips up through the red rocks of Sedona and down south of Phoenix. We have gone out on the river and caught some really big catfish. We've caught coyotes, taken pictures of coyotes and bobcats, and we've gotten lots of herds of deer jumping fences and things like that. We've seen the stars and the moons and the planets at night. We have done a lot of cool stuff in these short clips each week, but we haven't done some of the little stuff. Like, it's been a long time since I just slipped on a pair of wading boots and went down to a woodland stream and just waded through the woodland stream to look at minnows and see what I could find. So I think today that's what I'm going to do. When I get done, I want to come back and give some advice from a father to a son, or perhaps from an older man to a young man. Yeah, that was quite a nice little walk for a shady, cool stream for a hot and humid summer morning. I mean, it's going to be really hot today. I didn't see the minnows I wanted because the water was so murky because of some recent storms and even it rains during the night. But more than made up for it finding that turtle. If you don't mind, I think I'm going to stay here in the car and leave the air conditioner on a little bit. It's kind of worked up a sweat out there. And share with you some advice from a father to a son. Or maybe a grandfather to a grandson. Or maybe an older man to a younger man. I couch this in masculine terms, not because it wouldn't apply to women too. Everybody could maybe listen to it, and it's more of a personality maybe than a gender. But I noticed I raised 2 boys and 1 daughter, and I noticed this issue coming up much more with the boys than the girls. So that's my frame of reference. Hair looks a little messed up, and that's because, I came back from the walk kind of hot and poured some water over my head. Here's my tip of advice. Nothing deeply theological, just practical. You're not going to win if you compete with others in their areas of strength. Now here's what I noticed. My boys have a tendency to be kind of competitive. And some of their friends were kind of competitive. And it seemed like as they were growing up, there was always this competition going on. And the person that won the competition wasn't necessarily the best at everything, but they were the best at the thing. The competition was over, and they sort of got everybody going on their thing, and of course they won their thing the majority of the time, and the others always came in second. Of course, the answer to this little dilemma is quite simple. Free yourself from the need to compete with everybody in the areas they do well. Feel free not to be the best in every area, or to be the best especially in areas that they're better at. Feel free to be who you are, to discover who you are, to concentrate on the things that you do well and the things that make you happy. You don't have to follow in somebody else's footsteps. You don't have to compete with somebody else. It doesn't mean you're better or not better, or worse or not worse. Be who you are and be the best that you can be at what you are good at. Well, that's a quick little snippet of advice, and pretty helpful if you find yourself competing all the time with everyone and feeling bad because you don't think you measure up. You're just using the wrong ruler to measure with. Well, the week's about half over. In a few days, we get to come together and worship our Lord again. I'm looking forward to it. May God bless you, and may God help you to be everything that God has designed for you to be, and free you from the need to be what other people tell you you need to be.